welcome to Find Out Nation. We are the podcast that explores what happens when a nation starts fucking around and finding out. I am one of your hosts, Jamie.
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
And we are here today to look at some of the latest fun that is going on in U.S. politics.
Yes.
But before we start, Nicole, do you have some countdowns for us?
I do. We are at an even 440 days to the midterms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Yeah. Even 440. We are 211 in.
Oh, we're getting real close. We're getting real close to at least 1 year. So that is delightful. Okay. All of these are making me feel better.
Yes. And he's been very busy, you guys. He has not been able to golf since the weekend of the 9th, 10th. Yep. And so just 51 days of golfing. Just 51.
I feel like, because did you hear that he's canceled his August vacation, his like summer vacation to New Jersey?
Oh, no, I had no idea. To New Bedford or wherever his...
What's that?
Is it New Bedford or wherever the hell his golf course is in New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so he has decided that he's going to cancel his vacation so that he can be at home to deal with the Putin, Russia.
Oh, Ukraine. Is that right? So we're supposed to believe he's not going to golf at all Labor Day weekend?
Oh, we'll see what happens. But I'm dying because, obviously there's been a lot of, commotion around this Trump-Putin meeting.
Yeah.
A lot of people are making a lot of wild speculations, but most everyone agrees that like there is absolutely nothing that is going to happen with these. So we'll get into that here in just a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently Trump has canceled his vacation.
Well, thank God for that.
Stay and fight the good fight.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-huh. I know, exactly. Oh, by the way, I moved you over to my other monitor, so I need to I don't want everyone to see my terrible notes. So sorry, I've got that fixed. So all of you watching don't have to look at me stare over to the side. So anyway. Okay, well, speaking of Trump and Putin, so since you and I met, the last time we talked about Trump and Putin were getting ready to meet in Alaska. They did meet in Alaska.
They did.
My favorite meme that came out of that was, I didn't realize it was already time for Trump's mid-year review. I thought that was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
We roll out the red carpet.
We literally rolled out I thought that shit was fake until I saw it on the news that night. I thought they were just making you know what I mean? Making that comment. And then I see our actual service members on their knees smoothing out said red carpet.
Yep. So we've got the red carpet. We let him ride around with us in our...
Yes! In the Beast!
I know.
Who lets a fucking war criminal?
And then the title of the lunch they had was something like the lunch to honor the honorable president of Russia.
What?
Yes. Yes, it was a lunch specifically honoring
Putin. So we were eating dinner when they came out to speak, when they had the news conference after.
Hang on. It's His Excellency.
Oh, how dare you. You forgot that he was excellent. How dare you.
Right. I apologize.
Sorry, Mr. Putin. Please don't have me whacked now. I forgot that you were excellent.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry. What were you saying?
We were eating dinner when they came out to speak to the press after their meeting, their luncheon, whatever. What were your thoughts on that? I have very clear thoughts. Jamie and I almost at the exact same time had the exact same, said the exact same thing about what we were watching. What were your thoughts on it?
What was your response?
So my initial reaction was, why is Putin speaking first?
Yes.
And then he also spoke last. And then
I didn't realize that he spoke last, but I noticed that he was the first one to speak.
He spoke last because he said something and then he ended it with next time in Russia. Next time we meet in Russia. And I looked at Jamie and I'm like, What the fuck? And then they took no questions. None.
Yeah,
Just
well,
fucking took a beeline out.
yeah. And so to your point, like the USA Today even had an article about how Putin spoke first.
Yeah.
And
And
I
this
will
was
tell you that it
sorry.
said Russian leader Vladimir Putin has the first and the last word at a summit with President Donald Trump that was held
Yes.
on American
On
soil.
American soil,
That's right.
it
So to your point, it was not missed by
mm,
people. It
mhm.
was not missed in any way, shape or form. And to your point, like people were talking about how, you know, Zelensky and Ukrainians who see this and then see Trump roll out the red fucking
Uh-huh.
carpet
Uh-huh.
is especially because like Trump just like I seriously wonder, are we this senile? Are we this like or do we are we like this bipolar that we are missing the fact that just a month ago we were saying this guy is full of shit and he's going to lie to us. Like what the fuck,
Yeah,
right?
Putin clowns him constantly.
Yeah.
And Trump gets on his knees for it. He
He
gets on
he
his knees for
really
it.
yes, he really does. Yeah, the luncheon says luncheon in honor of His Excellency Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation. And I'm like, are you serious?
Well, and then did you hear, and I did no research on this, but I heard that there was highly sensitive documents left on the hotel printer that were intercepted by
Well,
someone
oh yeah.
regarding details of the meeting or something like that?
Oh, the whole schedule. So there's the Russian flag and a picture of Putin at the top. It has like where everything's going to happen, the sequence of all the events and the times that they're going to have. And then it talks about the gift that the president is going to give to President Putin, which is the American bald eagle death statue.
We gave him a
Yeah.
gift. We're supposed to be
Yeah.
having him come to Alaska to put the fucking screws to him to have a
Yes.
ceasefire with Ukraine, and we're
Yes.
giving him a fucking gift? Like, Trump
Yes, we
got
are.
clowned on this whole thing. He
Wow.
literally got nothing out of this for the Ukrainian people. Literally fucking nothing.
Well, so that's the other thing is that like so the big wins here obviously are for Putin is really that again, he was treated like a goddamn king
Right.
while he was here.
Like he's an
There's no way to
ally when he's not. He got
That's right.
treated the way Zelensky should be getting treated.
100%. But then on the other hand, he also now can delay doing anything because like he was making comments about, oh, as long as Zelensky will come to the Kremlin
Oh,
to have a
right.
conversation, yeah, I'll have a conversation with him. And everyone's like, that's never going to happen.
Never
And
gonna
so now
happen.
he gets to say, I came, I met with you. And our taco dipshit president,
Yeah.
of course, is like, has been talking about sanctions and this and that for weeks.
Yeah.
But now, of course, is going to do nothing with that. Absolutely fucking nothing with that. And
Well,
so
yeah.
this
And
just gives Putin more and more time to
yes, and the
get
fact that
do
Putin gets to make all the concessions and Trump is
well, that's
talking
it.
big, big, bold shit until he's face to
Yes.
face with Putin, and then he backs the fuck down like always, and then he wants to put the screws to, to Zelensky
Well, so then Trump has his meeting with Zelensky. What was that yesterday?
today.
And that was with what was it yesterday?
No, it was today, I think. I think it happened. Oh, no, maybe you're right. Maybe it was yesterday. No, 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 you're right. It
Okay.
was yesterday. I'm so sorry. It was
That's
yesterday.
all right. It's
Yeah.
all like going
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Anyway, early this week,
Yeah.
Trump has a meeting with Zelensky and with all these European leaders. And of course, all these European leaders are like, we're allied with Ukraine. We need to make sure that if we are like creating a summit between them, we need to make sure that we're going to protect Ukraine. And of course, Trump said that, like, oh, yeah, we're going to protect Ukraine. We're going to give them NATO style protections. But then today comes out and says, but we're not committing any US troops. Like, that's not going to happen. So don't
Hmm.
think that we're going to do anything like that. Um, the other thing that was crazy Donald Trump rated his meeting with Putin as a 10 out of 10. He said, yeah, I guess earlier he told
On
reporters that
what
if he, I
grounds?
know, he told reporters that if a ceasefire weren't reached today, he would not be happy. But instead, he was interviewed on Hannity on Fox News, and he said he would give the meeting high marks because they got along well. Quote, so I think the meeting was a 10 in the sense that we got along great. And it's good when, two big powers get along, especially when they're nuclear powers. We're number one, they're number two in the world. And it's a big deal. That's a big deal, Trump said.
They're number 2?
Yeah. So 10 out of 10. So here's
just
the other thing
smashing it over there.
I know. So I read an article today that was out of, I think, maybe USA Today. I can't remember who it was, but that, who was it? I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was. I feel like it was Japan, but I might be wrong. That they are re-examining their nuclear strategy because they are seeing how America is reacting to their allies, and they feel like that we aren't living up to our bargain as being part of NATO, and they need to increase the amount of nuclear power that they have.
Oh,
because,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like, I know that there was just it's Japan. Trump shock spurs Japan to think about the unthinkable, nuclear arms. In Japan and South, then this is, by the way, from Reuters. In Japan and South Korea, there is a deepening concern over the reliability of long-term American security guarantees. So now they are considering putting together a nuclear arsenal because they can't rely on ours. Which I love that journey for us. That's just what we need.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing that I thought was crazy. So I think already, Trump has now called Putin to request a meeting.
Yeah.
He has asked him, hey, can we meet? And he told, on a hot mic moment, told President Macron that, I said that like macaroon, didn't I?
That's okay.
Macron.
Yeah.
Anyway, that he thinks that Putin really wants to like strike a deal. Like he's pretty sure that Putin wants to strike a deal and that he's going to do that. He's going to do that for him. But then when he was meeting with reporters, he said, we're going to find out about President Putin in the next couple of weeks. He said on Tuesday, it's possible that he doesn't want to make a deal. So it's like he knows that.
He knows.
Like, on one side, he's saying one thing. On another side, he's saying another thing. But here is the batshit crazy part. Pick Me Caroline Levitt says she didn't think today that Donald Trump was joking when he suggested during a Fox News Channel interview that he was helping to seek peace between Russia and Ukraine, at least in part because he wanted to go to heaven. I think the president was serious, the press secretary said. She then added to the smattering of laughter from reporters in the White House briefing room, I think the president wants to get to heaven, and I hope all in this room do as well.
Bitch. Okay. He also wants the Nobel Peace Prize, so he probably thinks that if he can broker this bullshit between Russia and Ukraine, he can just call up and get the Nobel Peace Prize given to him, and then that'll be his one-way ticket into his heaven.
Heaven. Well, and even Hillary Clinton said, and I tend to agree, if he can get a ceasefire between the two with no concessions.
Yeah, without Ukraine having to give up land.
Exactly.
Which is never,
Trump and Putin have both said that's never
not going to happen.
That will never happen.
Yeah.
So good luck with that, Donnie J. But yeah, this Trump-Zelensky interaction is insane.
But thank God he wore a fucking suit. Thank fucking God he wore a goddamn suit this time. The man's been at goddamn war for 3 fucking years now with and this is what infuriates me is because Trump wants to rewrite the narrative, which will dovetail nicely into something else that we have to talk about later. But he wants to rewrite the narrative about the fact, because he loves to say Ukraine should have never gone to war with Russia. They fucking didn't.
No.
Russia invaded a sovereign fucking nation.
Yes.
But he wants to rewrite history, and his followers are dumb enough to fucking believe it. And the people in his cabinet are dumb enough to fucking go out and, repeat it everywhere.
Repeat it. Exactly. Their cabinet members know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, they're not stupid.
Yeah.
But they're willing to say what
to go back out and repeat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to get into heaven. Oh my God.
So apparently that's all you have to do to get into heaven is to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia.
Well, count me the fuck out.
I have been wasting my life, but we all know I'm not making it to heaven.
Me either, girl.
right, aspiring heaven-bound people out there,
broker a peace deal.
be aware,
Yeah.
right, that you need to go. But what's crazy to me is, of course, like, you know, Trump writing the narrative is very much about, oh, Putin wants to make a deal for me.
For
And
me.
so he might make a deal that he's saying on one hand, but then on the other hand, he's like, oh, Putin's not willing to make any concessions and he's going to require some land and blah, blah, blah. So that no matter what,
Yep.
when a deal is not reached, it
It
is
won't
not
be
his
his
fault.
fault. Yep.
But if a deal is reached, he gets all the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the and the fact that his followers just allow themselves to get played like this,
Yeah.
to clown him like this, is absolutely insanity.
Yeah.
It's just insanity.
The gaslighting is insane.
It is. It really is. Okay. So you did bring up an excellent topic, which is rewriting history.
Yeah.
Can you believe that today Trump has finally said that the Smithsonian has too much focus on how bad slavery was and needs the Smithsonian to be less woke? So he posted on True Social today. I think you saw this as well.
Mm-hmm.
The museums throughout Washington, but all over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of woke. The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. We are not going to allow this to happen, and I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that has been done with colleges and universities, where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot be woke because woke is broke.
Woke is broke.
Okay, what the fuck does this all mean? It's like, really?
I got on the White House's website and got the timeline.
Okay,
that
give
they
us
sent
the
out.
timeline.
So last Tuesday, they sent a letter to the Smithsonian Institution requesting a comprehensive internal review of 8 of its museums with the aim of bringing the organization in line with Trump's cultural directives ahead of next year's 250th anniversary celebration. Earlier this month, the National Museum of American History removed references to Trump's 2 first-term impeachments from an exhibit because they knew this letter was coming. So the official briefing statement from the whitehouse.gov website focuses on the following museums: American history, natural history, African American history and culture, American Indian, air and space, American art, the portrait gallery, and the Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. So to initiate the process, they respectfully request that each of the museums listed above designate a primary point of contact and provide the following materials to the team. Number 1, exhibition plans, draft concepts, and event outlines related to America 250, supporting materials such as proposed artwork, descriptive placards, exhibition catalogs, event themes, and lists of invited speakers and events. Current exhibition content. They want a catalog and programs of all current and ongoing exhibitions, including the budgets, and digital files of all wall didactics, placards, and gallery labels currently on display. They want a full index of scheduled traveling exhibitions from 26 to 29, and proposals, projected schedules, and preliminary budgets for upcoming exhibitions for the next 3 years. They want curatorial and staffing manuals, job descriptions, and org charts, documentation outlining the chain of command for exhibition approvals, scheduling, and content review, internal communications and memos pertaining to exhibition or artwork selection and approval processes. They want access to an inventory of all permanent holdings. They want the teacher guides, student resources, and supplementary educational content linked to current exhibitions. They want the URLs and descriptions of official museum websites and exhibition-related microsites. They want a list of active partnerships with outside contributors, including the artists, historians, nonprofits, and advocacy organizations. They want copies of their grant applications and funding agreements tied to past or current exhibitions, particularly those that influence content or presentation, and current artists featured in the museum's galleries. Okay, so, and they also want responses to surveys and other forms of evaluating the experience of the visitors to the museums.
Well, here's
So,
the thing that drives me crazy about this.
mhm,
Who's going to look at all that? Who's
right.
going to look at all of that? Like, what government entity is large enough that they can get that much information? Like, it's going to be just like Doge again, where it's
Yeah.
a, find and delete, like
Yep.
where we erase the name of the Enola Gay because it has the
Yes.
word gay in it. Like,
Yes.
there's no,
Yeah.
there's, and the other thing that kills me is in the letter, he says, like, or the letter from the White House is like, they want to audit it to ensure alignment with the president's directive to
Uh-huh.
celebrate American exceptionalism, remove divisive or partisan narratives, and restore confidence in our shared cultural institutions. You know that all of the slavery stuff sits under the divisive and
Oh,
partisan
sure.
issue.
It is because the
Like,
majority of it is in the African American History Museum. But
right. What the fucking fuck?
yeah, and what kills me with these timelines is like, within 30 days of receipt of the letter, they want the museum to submit this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. Within 75 days, they have to submit this stuff, this stuff, this stuff from the original list that I read out. But here's
Yeah.
what really kills me. Within 120 days from last Tuesday, they should begin implementing content corrections where necessary, replace divisive or ideologically driven language with unifying, historically accurate, and constructive descriptions across placards, wall didactics, digital displays, and other public facing material. If all benchmarks are met on schedule, they anticipate completing their review and preparing a final report for review in early 26. The report will include museum specific assessments, institutional trends, blah, blah, blah. So, by focusing on Americanism, the people, principles, and progress that define our nation, we can work together to renew the Smithsonian's role as the world's leading museum institution. Like, this is literally on the whitehouse.gov's website. Anybody can go out there and read it all.
I can't believe we are here.
Here? Yeah, this is what we're
I
doing.
can't believe we are back here. Like, I thought we as a society, because every other place in the entire fucking world recognizes the fact that slavery is bad.
Right.
Do Republicans really, do Trumpers really say,
Slavery wasn't
oh,
that bad?
right, our history should not reflect the fact that we had a problem with slavery, and even if we did, it wasn't that bad. Like,
I'll tell
do
you
you
what
really?
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
go
I'll
ahead.
tell you because there are people that I've had this conversation with. It's not that they maybe don't think it's bad. It's that they're A, unwilling to have a true hard conversation about it, and B, it's that they think that was so long ago they need to get over it. Nobody alive today was a slave. We all have we all have shit that was done to our family in the past, and we need to move beyond it and quit fucking harping on it. That's what they believe.
So,
They don't believe in
so
reparations. They, you know what I mean? Like,
right. I understand, like, I comprehend that viewpoint. I don't agree with it, but I
right.
comprehend the viewpoint of it's been like, listen, my great grandparents' last name is Reich. They were from Germany.
Germany.
Like, there is no doubt that I probably have some negative
Less than stellar.
things. Right. There, it's possible. I don't know that for a
Yeah.
fact, but I'm saying, like, if Jewish people wanted me to apologize to them, I'm happy to, because
Yeah.
I can't say one way or another. So to that point, but no matter what, I don't believe that we should wallpaper over the past.
Right.
Like,
Right.
even if my family was Nazi Germany, like, that's horrible, and I'm embarrassed for that, and I want us to be a better country for the mistakes that we've made in the past. So that's my thing, is like, I just don't understand this. Like, I get it, don't, the idea of reparations, or like using that or whatever, is whatever it is. Although, like, discrimination is, like, Rosa Parks happened in my parents' lifetime. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct. Yeah.
shit like this just
Yeah.
happened. There are
Yeah.
people alive today that at least have experienced, like, severe discrimination, and it's still happening today. We know
Yes.
for a fucking fact it still happens fucking today. But regardless,
Yeah.
uh, the fact remains that, like, no matter what, like, having slavery as part of the American story is the same as having Nazism as part of the
Right.
German
Or
story.
what happened with the Native Americans when we chased them
Right,
off their fucking land.
right, right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like, you
And,
can't
and it's not
act like it.
partisan. There's nothing
No,
partisan about that.
no. They're making it partisan by trying
Yes,
to claim that it's woke to want to have these conversations, to want to acknowledge the painful things that have been done because the painful things were done by white people. This
right,
is what their issue is. They don't like how it makes them it makes them uncomfortable because they're a white person who is refusing to acknowledge that white people have done horrible fucking things to other people in this
right,
country
right.
for eons. They've done it to other white
And
people, but specifically and always to people of color.
right. And
Always.
so, to your point, like, I know educators, people that are in charge of the education system that are staunch Trumpers. And I want to ask them, like, what
How?
the fuck?
Yeah. How are
What,
you?
what, what the fuck? How do you reconcile
Yeah.
the goal of museums, which is to educate
Yes.
people on the history of what we've been through, versus whitewashing and getting rid of exhibits that discuss things like slavery, which was
Right.
a huge, like, we fucking fought a
A
civil
goddamn war
war
over
about it.
it.
Yes, it's a huge fucking part of our history. It's not just little, it's
Right.
huge.
It's huge.
How?
And was so huge that Texas waited 2 years before black
Yes,
folks in that state were allowed to figure out that they had freedom.
yes,
And then
yes.
we fucked them over even with the supposed freedom.
Well,
Like it just,
oh,
the not discussing it, the not wanting to acknowledge it just keeps this barrier up between this us and them mentality. Do you know what I'm
that's
trying to
right.
say?
Oh yeah,
Between, that's why they call us woke, is because those are super uncomfortable conversations. And I'm not great at having them, depending on who I'm having them with. Like, I'm just not.
of course.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah,
the refusal to have it, like you're saying, the wallpapering over it, the whitewashing of it
yeah.
is so much worse. It's so much
It's
like, and I can't believe we're gonna,
infuriating.
yeah, I can't believe we're going to do, and the fact that this is not just happening for the 250th. They're making sure this shit is kept in line through 2029. So this is one more thing where my conspiracy theory goes to, because he's never leaving.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yep.
never leaving. That's
Yep.
why we're doing
Well,
all this.
okay. Well, speaking of rigging elections,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
so we have a couple of things that have come up this week that have caused some consternation in your co-hosts here.
Mm-hmm.
One is Trump calling for a redo of the census.
Yep.
That basically, so I don't know if you read this or not, and I did not mention this when we were talking earlier about what we were going to talk about tonight, but you know that Putin mentioned redoing the census
And
while they were meeting.
he mentioned the voting, the mail-in
Yes,
voting. And that's what
the
he,
mail-in voting
yep,
during
and
their
that's what
meeting.
he told Trump back in 2020 was the whole reason why he lost, that they should eliminate it. And that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what the two things that Trump has been discussing or throwing around recently are, number one, redoing the census,
Mm-hmm.
specifically to make sure that we're keeping out illegal voters. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, like, we all know that
Yeah. Yeah. It's because of the
he's trying
gerrymandering
to,
shit going on in
right, he's
Texas.
trying to manipulate
Mm-hmm.
populations so that,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we can ensure that we can do what Texas is doing, which is gerrymandering the districts. But in addition to that, he is talking about eliminating mail-in voting, which I read today a third of the country uses.
Including him. Him and
Yeah.
Melania have voted mail-in, I think, in the last 2 or 3 elections.
Well, and this is what I was wondering is, so we know in the past that mail-in voters have historically been Democrat voters.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still true?
I want to say it's true, but he made the comment, I think today or yesterday when he was asked about it, that if we didn't have mail-in voting, we'd never have another Democratic president. So he believes it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
He believes it's true.
Yeah. Well, and so he says we are now the only country in the world that uses mail-in voting.
Which
He
is
wrote
a
that on
fucking lie.
True Social, which is
Ugh.
such
All you have to
such a
do is
lie.
Google it to find out
Yes.
all the other countries that do mail-in voting. Like, it's just fucking insane that he thinks, like, as of right now today, Google is still a thing that we're allowed to access to get real information. That may not be the case in another
Right.
couple of years, but it is
Well,
today.
he does not use Google. You're hilarious.
Well, no, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, at some point he's gonna do away with it so that we have no choice but to
Oh, yeah,
believe
for
everything
sure.
that he's saying. But people can
Yeah,
fucking
of
Google
course.
it and figure out that that shit's not true.
So here's my thing about this, though. If they got rid of mail-in voting,
Mhm.
I feel that Democrats will ensure that they still get to vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what pisses me off about this is, like, I mean, my husband has to utilize mail-in voting almost every presidential election because he's gone hunting. So he's not even here when the election happens, so he does a mail-in ballot almost every time. And then
But if they eliminated mail-in
he
voting,
would drive 3 hours back from the farm to vote and then drive back 3 hours. Yes. Or if he
that's what
get
I'm
I think
saying.
Clay County now has early voting, but, like, Riley had to
They
vote
do.
by mail-in because her college was 2 hours away in Kansas. Again, I would
Again,
browbeat her to coming here
right,
to vote.
again. I venture to believe that, and I guess that's my point, is that enough Democrats I think are passionate about what they're doing where Republicans aren't. So I would love to know the stats on like what percentage of Democrat voters versus Republican voters
Mhm.
use mail-in voting, because it feels a little to me like there's the possibility that this could actually
Backfire.
damage Trump more than he thinks it will.
Well, and
Yeah.
what's super
Yeah.
infuriating is because they act like mail-in voting is always done fraudulently, but I mean, first of all, he votes by mail, and second of all, it's the fact that, like, when people are disabled, people that have odd work
True.
shifts, when they have, you know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to make it easier for you to be an engaged citizen. That's the fucking
Yeah.
point of mail-in voting. And
Yeah.
what's even better is that this shit came out right after Fox News like had to come out about they had something on their lawsuit with Dominion and all the millions of dollars that has been paid by Fox and I can't remember the other one over their alleged bullshit with the Dominion voting machines. Like,
Yeah, their defamation suits. They had all
yes.
those defamation suits in.
Yes.
So I Googled it because, to your
Oh,
point, it does
okay.
exist. They said that according to data from the University of Florida's election lab, registered Republicans accounted for 33% of mail in voters, whereas registered Democrats comprised 56% of mail in voters. But Democrats dropped by almost 10%, while Republicans upped by almost 10% in this last election.
That's because he came
That's
out
what
and
I'm
told
saying.
them it wasn't gonna that's because he came out and told them there wouldn't be fraud this time around. But in 2020, he was telling them that if he lost, it would be because of the fraudulent mail in ballot and they needed to go to the fucking polls and vote in person. And then this time around, he told them, no, no, you'll be fine. Vote however
But
you
I'm
can.
saying, but I'm saying more Republicans are mailing
Mm,
in and fewer Democrats are mailing
are
in.
mailing in.
And so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is like, I wonder if this is really going to backfire for him and he doesn't realize it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's
Yeah.
an idiot.
I wonder where the Epstein files are.
Girl.
Because all this shit is to keep him in because we're trying to steal the vote with the gerrymandering with this. We're trying to steal the midterms. We're doing everything we can to ensure that he will never leave the White House. That's why he's doing all the redecorating he's doing with the fucking horrible shit he did to the Rose Garden, all the gold accents in the White House. He's never fucking leaving. But
Yeah.
also, where's the Epstein files? I wanted one
Yeah.
of the reporters to stand up when him and Putin were walking out, and I wanted one of the reporters to be like, "Do you know where the Epstein files are?" Like, I just don't want them to fucking take their boots off his neck about that shit because he's doing
Oh,
all of
and
this to deflect from
yeah,
that.
I don't think that they will so because eventually like Republicans are going to have to come back. Like they're all on
Oh,
break
that's
right
true.
now, but
They're on
they'll have to come
recess.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at some point, they're going to have to release them. They are saying that the DOJ is going to start releasing them with victims' names redacted to, but here's my thing. Who are they going to consider the victims?
Mm-hmm. Because it won't be the real
Like,
victims.
right.
Mm-hmm. It'll
It's
be the
not going to be
powerful
the
men
women
that
that were
abuse them.
raped as
Yep.
children.
Nope. It'll be the
It's going
powerful
to be the
men.
victims, which will be like
Ghislaine Maxwell.
right, and
Mm-hmm.
Trump's cronies, and
Mm-hmm.
even Bill Clinton, and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. Those are the people that'll be. Although Bill Clinton won't be redacted,
They'll for sure have
use
his name out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be interested to see what all actually gets released. But at the end of the day, like, Epstein. We still
Yeah.
need to do our podcast special on Epstein.
On
Because I
Epstein.
think that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of gerrymandering,
Yeah.
I want to talk about my very favorite story that has
Okay.
happened this year.
Okay.
Okay, so we know that Texas is going through their gerrymandering right now.
Yeah.
Texas lawmakers finally came back. They could not hold out any longer. They did their 2 weeks off, but they came back, and now they're going to have to they're going to have to vote. It sucks, but they're going to have to vote. And I heard that when some lawmakers came in, that they locked the doors to force them to stay there and brought in like.
Yeah. Nicole Collier is still locked in there. She refused.
Yeah.
They made them sign. They wanted them to sign these forms that they were going to assign. In essence, I'm going to call them a police officer, but I don't know if that's the right technical term, to shadow them for the next several weeks to ensure that they stayed in the state of Texas. And Nicole Collier said, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not signing this." And they've locked her in the goddamn room. And she has said, "I will stay here for the next however long. I'm not fucking signing it until like next week or something when they all come back in." And so it's insane.
It like that. It really is. Yeah. No, they did. They wanted a written permission for a 24-hour police escort. And she was like, you're hilarious.
But what makes me mad is that not more of them did it with her. They all signed it except for her.
Yes. So it says state reps Jean Wu and Vince Perez, who reportedly signed the agreement, joined Collier in her protest.
Oh.
So apparently but they still signed it, which I think is stupid. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've seen the pictures of
her,
Collier, she's like propped up sleeping right there at her desk.
Yeah.
It really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway. Okay. So in response, we've been gifted Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
Gavin Newsom is working on a redistricting plan. They have plenty of Democrats that are available to vote for it, that will be able to basically gerrymander the state of California so that they get their votes. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. It's not whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But so earlier this week, Donald Trump pulled a Kofifi and posted a singular twat.
I forgot about Kofifi.
Well, he did it again and just posted Bella, Bela. Who knows? Okay.
I mean, when you're on the toilet, sometimes it's hard.
Right. He's on the toilet. He falls asleep and he accidentally hits send and whatever. Right. We know that's what happens. I, for one, have fallen asleep on the toilet more than once. So, who am I to judge? I've never sent a twat. Though,
that's true. Yes.
While on the toilet. Okay. So he sends that. So for anyone living under a rock, Gavin Newsom has taken to purposely mock Donald Trump and his tweets, which whoever runs, because I doubt it's actually Gavin Newsom.
It's not.
I've heard it's a woman.
It's a Hispanic woman,
right?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so she is
a godsend.
Coming from the Gavin Newsom office.
Yes.
And they are actively mocking Donald Trump and his tweets and all of his like AI posters. They put a picture of like Gavin Newsom shirtless.
Yes. Did you see the one with the
bottle of ketchup
with the ear? Yes, it's so fucking great. It's so great. She deserves the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. So so after the Bella post on August 18th, which was just yesterday, Newsom's press office says this. And remember, this is all in capital letters.
Which is
is just my favorite thing ever.
Yes.
Donald Tiny Hands has written his autobiography this morning. Unfortunately, low IQ, he spelled it wrong. Beta. Soon you will be a fired beta because of my perfect, beautiful maps.
My God.
Thank you for your attention to this matter, GCN.
I fucking love it. But you know what I think is weird? So I hadn't seen that one, but you know what I think is so interesting?
Yeah.
Trump will not acknowledge them.
Mm-mm.
Trump will not acknowledge them. He is getting his ass owned on X. And
100,000%.
he's like, why isn't anybody asking Caroline Pickme-Levitt, hey, what do you think about Newsom's twats on X? Like,
so yes,
make him
listen to this.
Respond.
So I guess they're during a segment on Fox's daytime table talk called The Five.
Okay.
One of the reporters, Perino, who served as a top White House aide during former President Bush's administration, so that tells you how old this person is.
Yeah.
Said Newsom and his team have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, you are making a fool of yourself, so stop it.
What?
Newsom's account came out. Like, Newsom's account came out and said, all caps, almost a week in, and they still don't get it. Like, every post I'm seeing is like, are you fucking serious? Like, they do not see that he is
mocking him.
Like,
mocking him.
I don't know, like, how to write, like, mocking font. Da, 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 da,
right.
Da, da, da. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, well,
they don't get it. Like,
and you, even if it wasn't mocking him, the fucking president puts out Truth Socials like this all day, every day. And nobody on Fox News or anywhere else has got shit to say about it. They've all gotten accustomed to it. This is supposed to be acceptable from the, commander-in-chief of our fucking country. But you let a governor do it, and now you want to act like he's murdering people in his state?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that every time they've asked him about it, he said, you need to ask why we're letting the president do this.
He does?
Ask why. Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
To figure out why
I
find this acceptable from the president.
Yes.
So, like, he is pointing to that direction of, you realize I'm doing this specifically to point out the hypocrisy of the fact that our commander-in-chief, our president, this is how he
acts like a dipshit. Exactly. Yes. I fucking love it. I love it.
I swear, I hope this continues.
Yes.
I will tell you that. So in polls on who the presidential hopeful for Democratic presidential primary, like, Kamala Harris is at the top. And then it's been like Pete Buttigieg, and then AOC, and then Gavin Newsom is like fourth in the polls.
Yeah.
This last week, he has shot up to second in the polls. People definitely are resonating. I have seen a lot of social media posts that are like, when I say we need to fight back, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, fighting fire with the gerrymandering and making fun of people for what the stupid shit they're doing. This is what I mean.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah.
And I could not agree more.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, as a long-standing Democrat and a petty fucking bitch,
yes,
this is what I fucking mean.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do. 1,000%.
I love it. I love it.
I know. Okay, let's talk just a minute about other petty fucking bitches that we hate.
Okay, yeah, let's. Who did?
Kim Davis.
That fucking whore.
For those of you who don't remember, for those of you who don't remember, Kim Davis was the baker, right? She was a baker.
She's the former Kentucky County Clerk who got jailed in 2015 for refusing to honor issue the marriage licenses after Obergefell. I can't say that name. I'm so horrible. I can't say Obergefell. I don't know how to say the name of the case. So sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, Obergefell. I don't think I'm saying it right.
So Kim Davis refused to issue the marriage license.
Yep.
Obergefell.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah.
Versus Hodges. I can say Hodges.
Yeah, there you go.
But regardless, so she was the one that was the county clerk that refused. She was sued. It went through a whole mess. and they finally said that no, you have to comply. You have to
Mm-hmm.
issue these marriage
Mm-hmm.
licenses.
Mm-hmm.
What's she doing now, Nicole?
Well, she's now petitioned the Supreme Court to reconsider the case. Um, she wants them to overturn their decision. So
Can you believe this? She wants to
she's
go to the
climbed back out of
Supreme.
the fucking ditch
Yep.
from which we buried her
Yep.
in order to now. And here's what fucking kills me. So, okay. So Davis is seen as one of the only, this is from ABC News. Davis is seen as one of the only Americans currently with legal standing to bring a challenge to the precedent because of her being sued for what happened in 2015.
Yeah.
Um,
2015, 10 years ago. 10
uh-huh.
fucking years
Uh-huh.
ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. This is another one. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Yes. And okay, Matthew Staver is her attorney, okay?
Yeah.
If there ever was a case of exceptional importance, the first individual in the Republic's history who was jailed for following her religious convictions regarding the historic definition of marriage, this should be it. Lower courts have dismissed her claims, and most legal experts consider her bid a long shot. A federal appeals court panel concluded earlier this year that the former clerk cannot raise the First Amendment as a defense because she's being held liable for state action, which the First Amendment does not protect.
Yeah.
But
And I heard that, like, because it's
I
gone to
have
the U.S.
something else.
Court of
Yeah.
Appeals, and they've said no, we're not going
Yeah.
to revisit this.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's like appealing to the Supreme Court now, they aren't going to decide this until they're back in session.
Right.
They'll have to review it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, the fact that she is saying, "Hey, I want the Supreme Court to re-look at
Reconsider
this
this.
judgment," I assume because at the time, if I remember correctly, she was like, she had to go to jail,
She did.
and
She went to jail and she paid a fine.
she paid fines. She
Yeah.
had to pay restitution to the
Yeah.
couple as well, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm assuming she's trying to appeal all that. I again, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. You know, it's kind of like when Trump talked about all of the voter rules and laws and blah blah blah. A lot of the experts are saying that most of the voting is controlled by at a state level, so the likelihood that Trump will be able to like make any changes is small.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I think same thing. It's unlikely the Supreme Court is going to take this case up. But if they do,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So, two things. In June, the Southern Baptist Convention, which is our country's largest Protestant Christian denomination, overwhelmingly voted to make overturning of laws and court rulings, including Obergefell, that defy God's design for marriage and family, their top priority. So, see, as soon as she starts getting money they say that her petition argues the issue of marriage should be treated the same way the court handled the issue of abortion in its decision to overturn Roe. Here's what else kills me. The court is expected to formally consider her petition this fall during a private conference when the justices discuss which cases to add to the docket. If the case is accepted, it would likely be scheduled for oral argument next spring and decided by the end of June of 26. The court could decline the case, allowing a lower court ruling to stand. Apparently, Justices Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett seem wildly uninterested, possibly Neil Gorsuch too, says an ABC News legal analyst. There is no world in which the court takes the case as a straight gay marriage case. It would have to come up as a lower court ruling that held Obergefell binds judges to accept some other kind of non-traditional marital arrangement. Yeah. So to your point, the people that watch the court don't think there's any way they're going to take her case. Good. But for me, it's the fact that she's trying it. And we knew this is in Project 2025. We said this at one of our very first podcasts. This is in Project 2025. It's what they were coming for. We knew they were coming for gay marriage. We knew that they were going to do that. But so it's
what's crazy to me is that like more Republicans support gay marriage than they ever have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I just what like this is not a good. I don't know. It just it dumbfounds. I would be shocked that the court would
actually takes it
specifically because like there is nothing to gain politically, And it's not like, the only thing I can think of is the Southern Baptists
Mhm.
decide that they're going to like,
And the Heritage Foundation, who
right, put up
were the framers
the
of
money
25.
for, right,
Yeah.
exactly right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So Kim Davis is a major cunt still.
yes. Still with her stupid long religious hair and
I
long
know.
skirts and
She
just
definitely is. She's definitely, yeah.
she's a cunt.
Um, okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about really quick,
Yeah.
since we're on the topic of gay marriage,
Yeah.
and this was something that you had brought up last week, but we didn't get a chance to talk about. Air Force is denying early retirement for transgender service members. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. All transgender service members with between 15 and 18 years of military service, they're opting instead to force them out with no retirement benefits. You
Even
served
though
your
anyone
fucking
else
country.
is allowed to have retirement benefits at
Yes.
15 to 18 years old, right?
Yes, they're denying early retirement to all the transgender service members with between 15 and 18. Yeah, like you've like cuz I think that initially that's what they came out and said was that if you're transgender, you can opt for early retirement and kind of self-select out and go about your merry way. Now they're taking that off the table. So
And it's just the Air Force, is that right?
that's the Air Force that I have right now. Yeah. So these
Mm.
longer serving transgender service members will have the same choice as more junior ones quit or be forced out with corresponding lump sum payments as they walk out the door. This is according to an August 4th memo from Reuters is reporting on this. But yeah. So yeah. The Pentagon says transgender individuals are medically unfit, something civil rights activists say is obviously untrue and constitutes illegal discrimination. So after this is a direct quote. After careful consideration of the individual applications, I am disapproving all temporary early retirement authority exception to policy requests in tabs 1 and 2 for members with 15 to 18 years of service, the memo said. It was signed by
Wow.
Brian Scarlett, who is performing the duties of the Assistant Secretary of the Air Force for Manpower and Reserve Affairs. Yep.
So I don't understand. Like, I don't.
So, and here's the thing it's not just their retirement, they won't get the benefits. Like,
Right.
of the
Right.
GI Bill, the VA
Yeah.
benefits. They won't get anything that emphasizes, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Because they're basically saying, like, now we're going back
mm-hmm.
to decide that even though you've dedicated your lives 15 years to serving our country,
Something our
we're saying
president
that
wouldn't
you
do.
were right. You weren't medically fit at the time to do what you did. That you did. That
Yes.
we
Yes.
know you did. But oh, sorry, you weren't physically able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna force
We're
you
going to take
to
everything
quit.
away. Mm-hmm.
That's right. And you're gonna lose everything that you have
Yes.
spent your lifetime developing. It's unnecessarily cruel.
Well,
Like, that's my thing.
But the same Supreme Court that we were just fucking talking about, they're directly responsible for this because in
I know.
May, they allowed the military to ban transgender people from our military. And so because of
That's right.
that, now they can wreak havoc on their lives. And what about like so that means they can't go to the VA to get, if they need therapy for PTSD or anything else, or if they've been injured in war, they're not going to be able to get their VA benefits that they fucking fought for. They
Yeah.
fought for those. If they have children, they should have access to the GI Bill. That's one of the benefits of being an active military member. Like it the fucking gall of these goddamn people. The fucking gall. So there are 4,240 U.S. active duty and National Guard transgender troops in the entire military.
Good Lord.
Like, that's it.
And again, what I think what kills me is literally that it's like we are forcing, like we are
Mhm.
we're going to treat this as we're going to treat you as poorly as we possibly can.
Yeah.
It's so dehumanizing. It's
Yeah.
so really sad. And all these people,
And it's
like,
unnecessary.
definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said it's unnecessary. There's no reason for it.
Yes. Like, can you imagine being here 18 years and you're not quite at the 20 years of service where, like,
Yeah, you're 20 and out.
automatically get
Mhm.
right? and we're going to say no, sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead, we're just going to fire you or you have to quit. Yeah. That's
And it's not
awesome. I
because of
love that.
something in my records. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not something because of my service. I'm not in dereliction of duty. I haven't done anything
Right.
to cause shame on the military with my actions. It's because I'm transgender and you don't understand that, and or you have some kind of moral issue with it. So now you're taking away all of my benefits.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's really a depressing day to be in America.
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing that I wanted to talk about really quick
Yeah.
is Trump is still occupying Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Um, he basically with DC with the DC takeover, the Department of Justice is now investigating whether DC crime stats were falsified by the chief of police and the police department because the crime there has to be way worse than what they've reported out.
Oh my God.
He's also asking for more National Guard troops. He wants to get 1,100 more troops on top of the 800 that are already there. So the number of crimes reported in Washington, D.C. have dropped by about 8% this week as compared to the week before. However, crimes like robberies and car thefts went down, but burglaries and homicides remain steady.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Since August 7th,
Okay.
so as of today, 12 days ago, there have been 465 arrests. 206 of them are Homeland Security arrests, which means what? 259 arrests in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And you have 800 people on the ground. They said that in Columbus Heights district, where there used to be this really thriving marketplace of people that were selling goods on the streets, and they'd have food trucks and things like that it is a ghost town because people are afraid to be out of their houses and they don't want to buy things because they might need to save their money for immigration lawyers, and they don't want to be out in public because that's where you get arrested. And
Oh my God.
the effect that it's having on the culture of the city, I guess, has been pretty significant. On top of that, again, the amount of crimes that we have actually seen go down is fairly small compared to the number of people that are there. And all the experts are like, it's because National Guardsmen are not law enforcement agents. They don't know what to look for. They don't know how to stop a crime. That's not
their
what
training.
they're there for.
Yeah.
That's right. And so the fact that we're relying on them is crazy. But a friend of the podcast wanted me to bring this up.
Okay.
Because he was surprised that this had not been mentioned before. So we know that Trump did this whole federalize the National Guard to invade Los Angeles. We saw how stellar that was.
Right.
Okay, so now he's done it in DC. Has he done it in DC because, to your point, he's not planning on leaving in 3.5 years?
Well, yeah, and DC doesn't have statehood, so they can't.
So he's trying to bring in as many military. Do we think
he wants to
these
see if it'll
National Guard
stick?
troops are going to stay here for 3 years and insulate him from having to leave? Because now, if there was if he doesn't leave and now there's a riot,
another January 6th,
he's protected, right?
Yeah.
He's now created his own army inside of Washington.
Yeah, because Washington D.C. doesn't have statehood, so it becomes his Gestapo.
Right. That's and we know that, but it's always been about, oh, we're gonna control the crime. We're gonna control the crime, but really, is it about no? And I've you and I have always said that, oh, it's about Trump being able to control the city. But is the intention to leave the National Guard there for the next, how many days did you say we're at?
We're
3
at
years.
Yeah, we're at. Oh wait, that's till the election. Yeah, I mean we're only at 211 days in.
Right. So is the intention to leave the National Guard here so that he's protected for? So it was an interesting thought.
I 100% think it's. I think that's why he's doing all the things he's doing at the White House. You're a temporary resident. You're supposed to be a temporary resident. and you concreted over the rose garden. You're putting up all these tacky ass gold. There were pictures of him again showing Zelensky the Trump 2028 merch that's in the fucking White House. Like, yeah, he has no plans of leaving. And I think that's not even that's not even being said here anyway, between you and I. That's not even being said as a joke anymore. It's dead fucking serious. He's not planning on going anywhere.
But here's what's surprising to me is, to your point, we're 211 days in and the midterm is coming up. And it's historically been the fact that, like, if at the midterm, whoever's in power loses power. Like, just historically, that has been the fact, right? So it feels like he's got a pretty quick countdown that he needs to get to if he wants to make sure that he can change a law to stay in power.
Well, it's also why we're going to rig the elections. And then,
and that's why we're gerrymandering things and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And so we all know that, like, we all know, like, that is the plan, is to like, obviously it's stacking the Supreme Court, it's gerrymandering the elections, it's trying to make sure everyone stays in, but we at least have people that are like Gavin Newsom that are fighting against that.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, it's not like Texas, like, I'm sorry, but anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like, we can fight fire with fire.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
We do. Like, we have to remember, as a group, we still represent more than half this country.
Yes.
Like, as much as people, as hard as it is to hear all this about Trump, at the end of the day, we still represent more than half of this country. And so, like.
And anyway. I also really want to believe that the more things out of this big, beautiful bill wreck people's fucking lives, that's gonna have its own day of reckoning. And I know some of it was intentionally not going to be put in place until 29 or whatever, but I mean.
Well, but the fact of the matter remains that at the end of the day, what wins elections is money. Like, we've seen that time and time again. And when you're talking about people with money, like, he's going to piss people off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Elon Musk will not pay for his election anymore. I don't think. You know, all the tech bros I don't know that they will continue paying for his election. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's enough heartbreak and trauma for one day.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me you have a nice, happy ending.
I do have a nice, happy ending. So let me see if I can figure out really quickly what state. Oh, this is coming to us from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
A deceased man's Goliath list of every book he has ever read is inspiring readers young and old alike after it was turned into a popular website by his family.
Oh, nice.
Passing away at the age of 92 on July 1st, former Marine and social worker Dan Pelzer had for years committed himself to reading 100 pages a day. You devout readers, love to read. I can't imagine devoting 100 pages a day. That's insane. So, by the time he had died, he had read 3,599 books of every imaginable genre, every one of which was written down in a list he's kept since 1962.
Did he have like a review? Like, is there a review of them, or is it just a singular list?
I believe it's a singular list. So,
okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What's the URL?
It is, hold on. I got to find it again. What-dan-red.com.
Nice.
Yeah. So the year he began his list in 1962, he began it with Alan Moorehead's The Blue Nile and ended it with Charles Dickens's David Copperfield.
Aww.
Okay. The idea to give this, so the family had the idea of giving out a copy of his reading list to observers at his funeral, but the list is over 100 pages long. So they came up with the idea to do a digitized version on the website.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Okay.
So, when his son John was born in 1974, he was reading all the President's Men. He wasn't afraid of the books that have daunted readers for decades. Ulysses, he remembered frowning, was the worst. Pure torture.
I've never read it. Yeah.
I haven't either. But Yeah, so I'll put up a picture of what this website kind of looks like as we're talking about this for our online, like for our video.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like even a whole. It is like his handwritten list.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, the Columbus, Ohio Metropolitan Library has a similar memorial project for Dan whereby they created a special archive exclusively of the texts he read. They digitized the list, used transcription software to generate about 500 titles, and manually added the rest into a PDF. They also created a searchable database complete with images of the book covers where library goers can look up what Dan read that's currently available to check out. Their Whitehall
Nice.
branch is a place that Dan visited often, has also put up a physical display in his honor called What Dan Read with a diverse selection on the stands.
Wow. This is a long list.
I love it. I can't wait to check it out to see what Dan's going to suggest to me. I am in the middle of a
Okay.
book
So
now,
in
but
2013, guess how many books he read?
in 2013, in just that 1 year,
Yeah.
100.
Close. 81. But he was slowing down by then. So like when I look at 2011, he got through 92 books.
Holy shit.
I
Like,
know.
he is obviously a better reader than I am because I don't believe in forcing myself to finish something I'm not enjoying. I will abandon it if I'm not
I will
enjoying
too.
it.
And yes, and I'll be honest, like to your point, I forget books. So I've
Oh,
had to
yeah.
go back and read books a lot
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I forgot because they're like, hey, like I love Harry Potter. I love
Oh,
Harry
yeah.
Potter.
Yeah.
But
You
I
forget
like have to go
things.
back right like once a
Yeah.
year and go back and read them because invariably I'll have somebody be like, "Didn't you love in that book?" Blah blah blah, and I'll be like, "Did that happen?"
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like I'm reading drunk or what I'm doing,
No, it's
but
just that you can only
like
hold so much. Like, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, I would not, like, I'm reading on here that, he quickly moved on from Sinclair Lewis's Babbitt to Melville's Moby Dick. Fuck Moby Dick. Like, oh my fucking God. Like, it doesn't matter to me that it's a classic. I will abandon that shit in a heartbeat.
Girl,
I can't do it.
I'm the same way. The number of I'm 1000% with you. Or if I'm reading a book that I actively don't like,
Yeah.
done.
Out the
Like if
door.
I'm reading
Mhm.
this and I'm like, I don't. To your point, I don't care if it's a classic. If I
Uh-uh.
don't like it, I don't like it, and
Yep.
I'm like done
If it
with
doesn't
that book.
hold me, I don't care. It doesn't. But
No,
this,
ma'am.
he's so freaking cute. Look how cute he
Yes,
is. Out in front of the sign that says ice cold crispy beer. Yes,
I
Dan.
see that.
I love
So
it.
I will make sure that I put that picture up with this video because this is too cute. And if you are listening to us on our
Yeah.
podcast, go visit what-dan-red.com and check
Yes.
it out for yourself because it's pretty cool.
This is
Well, that's a
wild.
nice story. I like that story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, we did not get to the only story that I still had on my list was Tulsi Gabbard revoking the security clearance of 37 current and former NSA employees.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, yeah, that bitch is crazy. So we'll
Oh
see what the
God.
fallout is there. But that's definitely the thing that you want is Tulsi Gabbard to be revoking our
We want her
NSA.
focused on that for sure.
That's right. That's right. So
She's out here
okay,
doing the Lord's
awesome.
work.
Mhm. Well, they want to go to heaven.
That's true. That's true.
They all want to go to heaven, as we all should. Thank you, Caroline Pickme-Levitt.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, that is all we have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe. Also, we've been getting some comments lately from people, and so we really enjoy seeing that.
Yeah.
None of them yet have been like, you two are bitches and hoes. So if anyone has a bitches and hoes,
If anybody would like to
feel free
comment
leave
that,
if
yeah.
they'd like. But
Yeah.
we do like the happy ones. Those are the ones that are actually really nice to hear. So
Yes.
hopefully you are enjoying this. Please like and subscribe and share it with your friends, especially those that would be really offended by everything that we're saying because we like pissing people off.
Yes.
With that said, we love you all and we hope you have a fabulous rest of your week.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.